The fall season is here, so let's make some pumpkin cream cheese bun. Hey foodies, welcome back to the kitchen.
Can't cook. Ticket you pay your pretty look. You want to live a restaurant and come done man bank book. Cook, recipe book.
So to get started, these are the ingredients that we're going to be using. They will be on my website, but I'll also be telling you what each is and how much of each I'll be using as we go along. So to my bowl from the standing hand mixer, I'm going to be adding 3¼ cups of all-purpose flour with a teaspoon of salt. If you don't have the standing hand mixer, that's fine. Use a normal bowl to get everything together, and then you can use your hand to form the dough and a normal whisk to whisk everything together. To this, I'm going in with a half teaspoon of cinnamon powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg powder. Then I'll be adding a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Now this was just perfect for me, but if you like your dessert a little bit sweeter, then you could opt for more sugar. Next, I'm going in with 1 packet or 2¼ teaspoon of active dry yeast. Then I'm going to mix everything together. Next, I'm going in with 1 egg, and I removed the eye of the egg. Then a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Next, a 1/4 cup of unsalted butter because the salt is already there and we do not need more salt, right? Next, I'm going in with a 1/2 cup of pumpkin puree. Just boil your pumpkin and blend it. Next, a 1/2 cup of warm milk to activate the yeast. Then with the bread, the part that comes on this machine that will help you to form a dough, I'm using that to mix everything together. This will take about 5 minutes. If you don't have this, go ahead and knead this normally. But do you see how this is falling off? Perfect. So in order for me to roll this up on my mat, I'm just going to add a little bit of flour so the dough isn't too sticky. Add it there, and then I knead it with my hand. So you could go ahead and knead this from the beginning if you don't have the standing hand mixer. You just mix everything together with your hands. I'm going to knead it, but not overdo it. Once I see everything come together, and if it's still too sticky, I'm going to just dust it with a little flour, but you don't want this to be dry. You just don't want this to be very sticky, right? So you knead it some more. And once you're through with that, it should look like this. Not too dry, not too sticky. I'm going to add this to a bowl in which I'm going to spray the bowl with some oil so it doesn't stick after I leave it to do its thing. I'll leave this for an hour. Now it's time to make the filling. For the filling, I'm using 1 cup of cream cheese, softened cream cheese. To make this a little bit sweet, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. If you want this a little bit sweeter, you can add more, right? Next, I'm going in with a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla for flavoring. You can add more things to this if you'd like, but I'm just going to mix this all up. The simpler, the better, because these were just right. They were perfect. And it wasn't too sweet because I don't want anything too sweet right now. But if you like your sweet desserts or your sweet buns, go ahead and add more sugar. So after 1 hour, this is what we're working with. All you can do now is just punch this so that the air comes out. Then you're going to separate this into smaller pieces for you to fill those smaller pieces with the cream cheese. This is just perfect. Roll it out of your container. And then on my sheet, I'm going to flour my hands. And once I separate this, I'm just going to kind of make it flat first. First, I roll it into a circle. Then I make it flat. Then in the middle, I put about a tablespoon of the filling or more, depends on how you separated the dough. Then I'm just going to fold it in, then roll it into a ball. That's it. You repeat the steps for however many times based on how you separated your dough. But again, I'll show you what I do. First I roll it into a circle. Then I try to make it as flat as possible with my hands. You could roll this as well, but I'm doing it like in a dumpling kind of motion. Then in the center, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of the filling or more. Then I'm going to close it up and roll it. Now to this, I'm going to add the egg wash. For the egg wash, I'm using 1 egg and 2 tablespoons of softened butter. I added it to the pan in which I'm gonna be baking these, and I'm just going to coat it with the egg and butter wash. This will ensure it has that little flaky soft top. But to be a little bit more fancy, I'm going to add some pumpkin seeds and some chia seeds to these. You can add as much or as little as you'd like, or you could just leave it like this. But something important to note, I added these to the container, to the baking container, and left these for about 30 minutes for them to puff up again in the baking container. Then I added the egg wash and the toppings. These are chia seeds. I'm going to bake this at 175 degrees Celsius for about 20 minutes. And then, voila! Pumpkin cream cheese bun. Good for any time of the year, but it's perfect now seeing that it's fall. These were just right and soft and nice, and I enjoy them. And I'm sure if you follow this recipe, you will enjoy these too. Look at how fluffy they are, and they were so soft on the inside. So thank you so much for watching this video. Of course, if you like the video, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn your post notifications on, visit my website at roma'skitchen.net for this and other great recipes. Thank you for watching once more. Until next video.